Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt from the ALEC conference in Orlando, alec.org/U, the American Legislative Exchange Council. And there's nothing that these 99 state legislative chambers don't get into. One of them is Veterans Affairs, and the chair of that committee is with us, the Speaker Pro Tem of the Iowa Legislature, John Wills. John, welcome. Yesterday I met Matt Commons, new member of your caucus. He's working on the Veterans Affairs. We're walking along with Leah Beebe, and I said, so you got out of Afghanistan untouched? He said, no, he pulled up his pants leg. He hadn't got a leg, but you don't know it. And he said, I'm here to work on veterans issues. What are you guys doing?
Well, we're going to look at adopting about 6 model policies tomorrow morning, and they're going to be from anywhere from purple schools, an effort to allow for schools to be able to take students in more easily that are military students, to mental health, to physical health, and anything in between. It's going to be really a good day tomorrow.
You know, my daughter is a Navy spouse and has been for a long time, so she's got 4 kids, and deployment's going on right now. They have in Virginia, though, the best system in the world. They got a person in every school ready to deal with the military kids. Yes. Is that part of the plan? Yeah,
that's part of the thing with the school thing that we're going to be looking at tomorrow, is to make sure that those children, when they actually get to the school, that they have the ability to be taken care of, that they are kind of tracked into the right programs where they need to be based on their past school and their previous schools, so that basically is as streamlined as possible for those kids. It's a traumatic event when their parents have to move about every 3 to 5 years in the military, and so they will be moving at some point, and so those kids, we want to make that as streamlined and as stress-free as possible.
So were you a service member?
25 years.
In?
Army.
Army, okay, so is Matt, and so I guess it's Army heavy, but we had a number of people stand up yesterday. I said, veterans, would you stand up? How big is the task force? They all want to be on that, right? The veterans want to be on the Veterans Task Force.
Yeah, so relatively new task force, so less than a year old. We already have 100 members, plus we are pulling in the public members. So an ALEC is very interesting because we have private members, which are legislators, and then we have public members, which are businesses and so forth. And so we have over 100 legislators, private members, and we've got about 10 public members right now, businesses, groups that support veterans and so forth. And so together it's very synergistic. It makes a very good working relationship that we're able to do model policies and promote things that veterans need, both on the legislative side and on the public side.
So you had to bounce around a lot in the Army. So why did you end up in Iowa?
I grew up in Iowa, and so I stayed there a good portion so I spent 25 years in the military, 9 of it active duty, the rest of it was National Guard. So I started out National Guard at 17 years old, ended up in the National Guard when I retired, and so basically I was there. My career was in Iowa for a majority of time, so I'm a water quality specialist. I work with landowners on an individual basis, on voluntary basis, to improve water quality. So I was able to use my skills for that, but also my skills in the military as a 11 Bravo and a 19 Delta, or infantryman, cavalry scout. I spent about 3 years total combat tour, Afghanistan, Iraq, Egypt, and that sort of thing. So I be able to serve my country, but also do good things back at my community.
I told another vet yesterday, I would just love to see more veterans in politics. I think you guys get there and you actually know how to work cooperatively towards a common goal, no matter whether it's D or R. Is that what you've experienced?
I never wanted to run for politics. A lady, she was 89 years old at the time, came up to me. She said, "You're going to run for so-and-so's seat and you're going to win." And I'm like, "I'm not going to do it." That night, 5 other people came to me and said, "Hey, congratulations, here you're running for that seat."
She had some pull?
Yeah. And I said, "No, I'm not, but guess what? Here I am."
Have you enjoyed it?
It has been the best thing ever. You know, I don't like the politics. I like the people, and I like serving the people, and I like working for the people and making the folks back in Iowa's lives better.
I like ALEC as well. How do you like? I think ALEC is just the most obvious thing in the world. Get the smart people together and let them talk.
Yeah, so I did participate in some other groups. There's other groups like ALEC, but I really never felt at home. But once I came to an ALEC event where we're working for federalism, less government regulations, and just those kind of concepts, I really felt at home. And this is kind of where I really feel like I can make the biggest impact and effort.
I was talking with Representative Commons about the property tax abatement for disabled vets. I don't know if it's 50% or 75 or 90% or 100%. Is that a common policy throughout the country?
Yeah, I think we're seeing it more and more often. Right now, I think in Iowa we have something. If you have a physical disability that veteran or military caused, you get a certain percentage off of your property taxes, or it's frozen at a certain percentage. I think other states, other localities are looking at doing some things like that. I think that's really a good thing to look at, and each individual state has the ability to do what they feel best.
Your spouse had to find a job every time you move, and
Yes.
sometimes they have credentials and they don't transfer. That is the craziest thing to me.
One of the policies we need to look at, and we have already last December looked at reciprocity for military spouses in their licensing, and so one of the things we looked at is if they do transfer, but a state requires a higher level, that they automatically do get licensed, but they have a certain period of time to catch up to that state's requirements. I think that's very reasonable.
Yes.
Allows them to get into the workforce right away, earning a living, but yet still meet the requirements that state wants.
All right, 180 degrees over to data centers. Iowa got any?
Oh yeah, we've got.
You're a
some
water
data centers.
specialist. That's what made me think of it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
water and power are the two big issues associated with data centers.
Yes. We do have data centers. We've got quite a few. And I tell you, I did a newsletter article about data centers a few weeks ago, and talking about more of the national security issue. It's really a national security issue in my mind if we don't have data centers in this country. I'm kind of neutral. I'm agnostic to data centers. If we want data centers in locations, we should have them if people want them. But if you want to pick up your phone and go to Facebook, guess what? You're using a data center. If you don't want to have that, then we don't want data centers. As far as the water usage, they have the technology now that they can do closed loop systems. They're not using nearly the water that the original data centers did. I really do believe what President Trump is touting, that if we have data centers, they must provide their own power and infrastructure. I think that's a great way to go about it. So I think those are the things we need to look at. I think that's what really states really need to look at as far as policy.
And let's talk a little politics. I was on the national map for a governor's race and for a Senate race. Now, Congresswoman Hinson has been on the program talking about her race. I think that feels pretty good. Don't know much about your governor's race.
Yeah, I really think, Zach Lane came up in the race out of 5 candidates, came from out of nowhere a few weeks before the primary, and defeated 4 other folks in the primary. I think he ran a good race. He hit things just right. This is going to be a tight race, no mistake about it. The Democrat candidate has been running for 2 years, is well funded by the family. His own family has funded $12 million of the dollars that he has raised. So it's going to be a dogfight. I think in the end, Zach Lane is going to come out on top because he's got the good ideas. He's got the idea. We got a 200,000 voter registration advantage for Republicans.
Get them out.
It's a good amount, and so I think it's going to be a race, and we've got to all be all in on it.
Ashley Hinson Joni Ernst's a tough act to follow.
Yeah.
Ashley Hinson seems like she can do that.
I served with Ashley Hinson in the House for about 4 years, and she's a great person. She's really got a servant heart, and I think she's going to do well in the Senate.
Representative John Wills, thank you for joining me, representing the state of Iowa. And good to have you, and good to have the Veterans Committee up and running. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll be right back, America. Stay tuned. Jonathan Williams, Chief Economist.